If you grew up in a home where the parents yelled a lot, screamed a lot, fought a lot, were loving, were angry, were confusing, were unpredictable, where you never knew what to expect, one of the biggest issues you have to deal with often in your life is that trauma of that experience in childhood living out and playing out in chronic, what I call low key. It's not low key, but it is just always there, hypervigilance. Let's talk about what it looks like. I'm a licensed psychologist. Let's get started. Number one, you would consider yourself to be highly sensitive and easily triggered by smells and sounds and verbal or nonverbal shifts. It's like you're always scanning for threat and change, and it can be very triggering in your body and in your emotions for you. Number two, you often numb, hide, or avoid your feelings because in your childhood it wasn't safe and you were so busy focusing on what everybody else needed to kind of keep yourself safe that you often internalize a lot of what you feel. You constantly overread and overinterpret everybody else. It's like everything means something, and then you overthink and overfeel it and overanalyze even when you're no longer in the situation. Along those lines, social situations can be very triggering for you. You often want to avoid them. You'll say yes to things, but then once it kind of rolls around, you just dread it and like try to plan 12 different ways to get out of it. Then you might go and be like, okay, that wasn't so bad. But afterwards, you feel depleted, fatigued, and exhausted. You have a lot of shame around your body. You are a chronic worrier. You just constantly play out every scenario like the worst case and back it up to see if you can, if you're going to be able to manage whatever happens. So you're always kind of thinking in worst case scenarios. You're great at being there for others, but not so great at receiving compassion and empathy for other people. And you're known to be a kind of pleaser and caretaker, and you're really good at it. But when it comes to your own needs, you often don't take care of them and don't know what they are. And in terms of vulnerability, you don't want to ask for help. And then when you do, there's often a lot of shame for doing that. For you, the actual silence in the world can be your safe place, but it also can be very triggering. So in some childhoods, we were only safe when we were alone and isolated, but that meant that we didn't know what was going to happen next. And so we could be even more like listening for the world to change. When things get quiet, they can get scary and dangerous. At the end of the day, you spend your entire life monitoring and managing every subtle shift in the world feels like a threat. And it's like the skin between you and the rest of the world is extremely thin. And you are basically living in this heightened state at all times of this fight or flight because you're really just trying to protect yourself and kind of make a move or plan for what you need to do next.